Hello everyone, my name is Anushri, third year BE in Information Science and Engineering student at Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, Bengaluru. Today's topic will be on software testing, that is 21 IS 63, and the topic is overview of structural testing and statement testing. So first of all, what is structural testing? Structural testing is a type of a software testing method that uses the internal design of the software for testing procedure, or in other words, the software testing which is performed by the team which knows the development phase of the software is known as the structural testing. Structural testing is related to the internal design and implementation of the software, i.e., the process involves the development team members in the testing team. The people who develop the software will be involving in the testing team. It tests the different aspects of the software according to its types. Structural testing is just the opposite of behavioral testing. Structural testing can be broadly divided into control flow testing, data flow testing, slice-based testing, and mutation testing. Control flow testing. Control flow testing is a type of structural testing that uses the program's control flow as a model. The entire code and a part of design and the structure of the software have to be known for this type of testing. Without knowing the design, code and structure of the software, we cannot do this type of testing. Often this type of testing is used by the developers to test their own code and implementation. This method is used to test the logic of the code so that required result can be obtained. Data flow testing. It uses the control flow graph to explore the unreasonable things that can happen to the data. The detection of the data flow anomalies are based on the association between the values and the variables in the code. Being initialized usage of the variables, initialized variables are used once. Slice-based testing. It was originally proposed by Weiser and Gallagher for the software maintenance. It is useful for the software debugging and the software maintenance, and you also know the program test understanding and the quantification of the functional cohesion. It divides the program into several different slices and then test those slices which can majorly affect the entire software. Basically, it will divide the main source code into different types of different slices, and then it will test each of these slices of the code, and majorly it will contribute to the testing of the whole code later. Mutation testing. Mutation testing is a type of a software testing that is performed to design a new software, tests, and also evaluate the quality of already existing software tests. This mutation testing will also help us evaluate the quality of already existing the software. So this can help the test the software that are already existing. So this type of testing is called as mutation testing. Mutation testing is related to the modification of program in small ways. It focuses on the help. It focuses to help the tester to effectively test or locate the weaknesses in their test data used in the program. So, what are the advantages of the structural testing? It provides thorough testing of the software. It helps in finding out the defects at an early stage. It helps in elimination of a dead code, and it also helps in not it is also not a time consuming one as it is mostly automated. Disadvantages of the structural testing. It requires the knowledge of a code to perform the test. As I already said, the tester must have the knowledge of what is the source code that has been developed by the development team to perform or conduct this type of structural testing. It requires the training in the tool used for testing. You should know the tools which are used for structural testing to conduct this type of testing, and sometimes it may be also even expensive. Structural testing tools involve JBehave, Cucumber, Junit, and CFix. So, next we move on to the statement testing. The statement testing is nothing but the statement coverage technique that is used to design the test cases for the white box testing, which involves the execution of all the statements of the source code at least once. In this type of statement coverage technique, the lines or the statements which are present in the source code are at least executed once. It ensures that all the statements of the source code are executed at least once. It covers all the paths, lines, statements of the source code. It is used to design the test box cases where it will find out the total number of executed statements out of the total number of statements that are present in the source code. So next we have the formula to calculate the statement coverage. Statement coverage can be calculated by number of executed statements divided by the number of statements that are actually present in the source code into 100. So let us move on to the example to understand the coverage testing, that is statement coverage testing. First we'll read the input A from the user, read B from the user. If A is greater than B, print A is greater than B, else print B is greater than A, and if. This is the part of a code that we have been extracted from the source code. So case 1, let us consider if the user puts a number 7 for A and 3 for B. So the number of statements which will be total statements as we can count here, read A, read B. If A is greater than B, print A is greater than B, else print B is greater than A, and end if. Total contribute to the 7 statements. But if A is 7 and B is 3, this statement read A will be executed, read B will be executed, and if A is greater than B, print A is greater than B. So 7 is greater than 3, which is obvious, and then this statement will be printed and will come out of the if statement through this statement, that is end if. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So number of statements executed are 5 and total statements in this code is 7. So the statement coverage is 5 divided by 7 into 100, which is 71%. So next we have the case 2. If A is 4, B is 8, which is obviously B is greater than A. So first we'll read A, B, A is greater than B. No, A is not greater than B, but this statement will not be printed. So this is not executed. So 1, 2, 3 and else it will read and print B is greater than A, that is 3, 4, 5, 6. So number of statements executed are 6. Total number of statements are 7. Statement coverage is 6 divided by 7 into 100, which is 85.20%. Example 2. This is a function where we are printing A and B, the sum of A and B. If sum is greater than 0, result is positive, else result is negative. So the total statements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So case 1, if A is 4, B is 8, the total number of statements executed are 6. How? First, the print statement, this function will be executed, that is print A, int A, int B, which will be accepting the A and B from the user. So 1, 2, 3. Sum is 4 plus 8, which is nothing but 12. So sum is greater than 0, obviously it is positive. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This loop. So number of statements executed are 6. The function the function parameters and these statements all over they contribute to the total statements are 8. So the statement coverage is 6 by 8, which is nothing but into 100, which is nothing but 75%. Case 2. If A is equal to 4, B is equal to minus 8, which is nothing but obviously the sum will be coming in negative. So print A comma B, it will enter the function and accepting the A and B from the user, and sum is A plus B. Sum is greater than 0. No, sum is not greater than 0. Else print result is negative. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So total number of statements which are executed are 7. Total statements are 8. The statement coverage will be 7 divided by 8 into 100, which is nothing but 87.50%. So statement testing covers dead code, unused statements, unused branches, missing statements, etc. What is statement coverage testing used? Why is it used? To check the quality of the code, to determine the flow of the different parts of the program, check whether the source code expected to perform is valid or not, test the software's internal coding and infrastructure. Drawback of statement coverage is it cannot check the false condition, different input values to check all the conditions, more than one test case may be required to cover all the paths with a coverage of 100%. That's all for this video. Thank you.